everyone, welcome to another episode of the Radium Girls. I'm Valerie, and as you can see, my partner Sarah is not here today. She is sick, so we invited a special guest today, and here he is. Woo! Yeah, special guest.
Hey Valerie, thanks for having me. Let's have a happy little episode today.
Okay, yeah, we will. Oh, that's a nice little palette you got there.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Made it myself.
You put some liquid
I
white on
painted
it.
some happy little colors on here.
Oh, God.
You like my little friend?
Oh, yeah.
I like animals a lot. And it may not be a little squirrel or a chipmunk, but it fits in my pocket.
If it fits, it sits.
If it fits, it sits.
I love it. We got Bob Ross and we got Scary Spice in the house.
Yeah. Trying to think of what your spice name would be. I'm trying to think of something with Zodiac because, you know, you're an Aries and...
Oh, I was thinking of an actual spice.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, I mean, what? Baby spice? So scary spice.
Right. I was like, oh, half of them don't even have.
Angry spice.
Angry Spice.
You're a
Sassy
stubborn spice.
Sassy.
Sassy spice. I like that.
And
You're
sassy
sassy spice. Well, hello, guys.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
I'm not sick. If you're listening solely to our podcast, you should really just check the intro of that out, at least, and then go back to the podcast. But,
It's actually Sarah under there.
yeah, it's me under here. This is my Bob Ross.
Yeah, she painted herself as Bob Ross because today we are covering Mr. Bob Ross.
Yes, yes. Also, wanted to take note that our little background here, this is an actual Bob Ross recreation that I painted.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Valerie painted one. We actually did this with our friend Essence. We had two Bob Ross nights.
Mm-hmm.
This one's from our first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is our first Bob Ross night. And Valerie, she'll insert a picture of hers. She did an awesome job too. And then I have another one. We'll insert a picture. It's much bigger. I don't know if she has a picture of her other one, but
we're not going to show that one.
Don't say that. But yeah, so we're fans of Bob Ross and we like his art. I love his art.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up watching him. My grandpa used to turn him on the TV and just be like, "Do you know who this is?" And I'm like, "No." And then that's when I learned about who Bob Ross was.
Yeah.
So
He's good.
yeah.
I like him. I like watching him. He's so calming.
Yes. Very, very
Mhm.
peaceful. It's happy little trees.
Happy little accidents. That's what I am.
All right. Well, let's talk about Bob Ross. Robert Norman Ross was a famous television artist. His instructional videos have been watched by millions of people around the world, and he produced over 30,000 paintings before he passed away from lymphoma in 1995. He was only 52 years old.
Dang. So we were like 4.
95? Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He was known as a happy painter who painted happy little trees. Bob Ross was born on October 29th, 1942 in Daytona, Florida. His dad, who was a Cherokee Native American, was a carpenter and his mom, Ollie, was a waitress. Ross grew up relatively poor, but later he said that he had a good childhood because his parents were kind and nurturing. His love of painting grew out of a love of nature in general, which was fostered in him early by his mom. The young Ross used to bring home all sorts of stray animals, some of them not quite the type you'd keep as pets, including snakes and wild foxes. That's why I went with my little leopard here, because I was like, you know, he had the most random animals and stuff, and he kept the most random animals. So I had to go with my little leopard because that suited me personally. I would totally keep a leopard as a pet if I could. Also, a wild fox. I would totally keep a fox as a pet. I've always wanted one.
I mean, they are cute, though.
They're so cute. His mother helped him to take care of them before releasing them back out in the wild. He famously even kept an injured young alligator in a bathtub to nurse it back to health.
Should have killed it.
No.
Yes. An alligator.
Well, Bob often talked about positivity about Alaska and the beauty of snow on the joy of painting. He was born and spent most of his youth in Florida, where he encountered the young alligator.
Mm-hmm. I bet he did. Unfortunately, his idyllic childhood ended when his parents got a divorce. As a teenager, Ross dropped out of high school after the first year and then spent more time with his dad working as a carpenter. While doing this, he cut the index finger off his left hand. The accident never affected his ability to paint, though, since that was the hand he held the palette with. As soon as he turned 18, Ross decided to join the Air Force. He was apparently quite a tough guy back then and quickly rose to the rank of Master Sergeant. He described himself as the guy who makes you scrub the latrine, the guy who makes you make your bed, the guy who screams at you for being late to work. But as the years went by, he eventually grew tired of being that kind of person and vowed to never raise his voice again.
That's so crazy. I never would have thought that he'd have that in him.
Yeah, he doesn't look like that.
But I must say, like, I totally get it because, like, I was always a very angry teenager, you know, growing up and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been pretty nice and peaceful with people, but I had parts of me that now looking back, I was like, dang, I was angry that back then.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help but to be peaceful now about that situation or whatever. So I get it.
This was why he later sounded so calm and soothing on TV. He did.
Mm-hmm.
While in the Air Force, Bob Ross fulfilled his love of painting and desire for extra pocket money by painting on pans that he would sell locally for a pittance. Some of the gold pans can still be found, with some selling for several $1,000s online. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Mm-hmm. Ross saw many beautiful landscapes while flying his jet, and this inspired him to start painting.
What? Flying his jet?
In the Air Force.
Oh. I was like, what did he get a jet?
Yeah, I know. The Air Force.
Oops.
That's funny. It also helped him to deal with the pressures of being in the military. When he was stationed in Alaska in 1964, he saw snow for the first time and absolutely loved the scenery, even more than anything he had seen in Florida.
He does paint a lot of snow.
Yeah, he
That
does.
liquid white.
Yeah. Liquid white.
Sorry, Bob.
He said that God must have had a good day when he created that place. Snowy mountains were featured in many of his paintings years later. The Master Sergeant / painter spent more than 20 years working for the U.S. military. During that time, he got married to a woman named Vivian Ridge and had a son with her in 1966. Shout out to my mom's birth year.
Oh.
With whom they named Robert Stephen Ross. A decade later, the marriage ended in divorce due to alleged infidelity by both of them. But Ross can do no bad. How can he? He didn't do any infidelity. Ross can do no bad.
That was Ross?
Him and his wife, they divorced 10 years, a decade after they were married.
Oh, they named their son after him.
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe this is the one he was screaming at people.
Oh, yeah. Ross was left minding Stephen by himself. By then, he was also beginning to feel sick from having smoked cigarettes since he joined the Air Force, which is what eventually caused his lymphoma. I never would have thought that he smoked cigarettes either.
Right? He's just a whole different person on his show.
Mm-hmm.
But he continued to paint the Alaskan wilderness on novelty gold mine pans to make some extra cash, and this side job soon began making him more money than he earned from the Army. That's sad.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Yeah. So in 1981, in an effort to also have more time to spend with his son, he retired and went back to Florida to pursue painting seriously. Once there, he found it hard to sell his work for a while, even though it had been popular just months prior. So he was forced to take a part-time job as a bartender. He only ever intended for it to be temporary, until he found a way to better market his paintings. But while serving customers one day, Ross saw The Magic of Oil Painting, a show hosted by famous nature artist Bill Alexander on the bar television. He was captivated by the man's style, which was known as wet on wet. It consisted of applying different coats of oil paint on top of each other without ever letting them dry, so each painting could be finished in one session.
Do you like to paint like that? You don't paint with oil paints, do you?
No, not really.
Like
a couple of times I have, but no, not really.
I hate oil painting.
Because it never dries.
It never dries. It takes forever.
Yeah.
I made that mistake one time and I was like, nope. I bet it is really good. Our friend, my friend Brandon, he uses oil paints.
So does Shauna.
Stuff.
She uses oil.
Yeah.
Which with those, we used acrylic with these, and it's not easy doing acrylic with Bob Ross paintings.
It dried quick.
Yes, and he wants to blend everything. And I'm like, no, Bob. That's why my big one don't look good.
No, it looks. If I remember, it actually looked good.
No, the middle it looked like it was all right. I don't even know, but
the water part.
No, I think it was the sky part. No.
Oh, that's right, because it was also, like
it's too like bold or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
But we should try one of his paintings with oil one day just to see.
I'm not buying oil paints.
I have the little ones.
Okay.
Actually, I have some bigger ones too, so I'll bring those.
Okay. I'm not buying. They're too expensive for me to not ever use.
And Shauna has some too, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm sure I could get Brandon to come do it too. I think Jeremy might want to
paint.
Yeah. So
maybe we'll have a big paint party.
Vincent probably would. I'm planning it.
You need to pick a short one because everybody's gonna be talking and being crazy.
I'll pick a short one. Ross quit his job and signed up to become Alexander's apprentice for a few months while he learned this new style. Then he joined the Alexander Magic Art Supplies Company and began tutoring people and selling painting tools across the country. During this time, Annette Kowalski, one of his students, told him that he was good enough to strike out on his own. So together they started Bob Ross Incorporated, a company that initially struggled. Bob was left with virtually no money as he had put it all in his business. This was actually why he permed his hair, so that he could save money by not having to cut it.
It's a perm?
Oh, man! The moment I want to show you this dang picture and I close out of it.
It's a
perm. You didn't know that?
No.
It's a perm.
Bob.
Yeah.
You lied to us.
He permed it and then picked it out.
Did you know he had a perm?
Mm-hmm. My mom's a hairstylist. Like, I knew that was a perm.
Girl, I didn't know. But hey, you get over here, got an afro.
Yeah, no, I could tell. It's like one of those Jerry curl perms.
What?
The real tight ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's him without it. And then, yep.
Wow.
This looks like my grandpa. My Papa
looks like
Bill.
a grandpa right there.
Yeah, it looks like my Papa Bill a little bit.
Holy
the same glasses.
crap.
And yep. There's a perm.
Permed his hair so he didn't have to cut it.
Yeah, save money.
But then he just kept it. He was like, I like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
That was his signature look.
He later hated it, but by then he was no longer able to change it because it became part of his brand.
My God.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We love it, boss.
Yeah, he is a boss.
We love it, Bob. I know you hated
Yeah,
it, but
boss
we
bitch.
love it.
Yes, I love it. I can't believe the motherfucker.
Yeah.
I never thought about it. I could give it like a second thought.
Yeah. My brother's hair is naturally like this.
Really?
Like naturally curly and that like coarse.
Yeah.
Like that coarse hair. And if he picks it out, he's got an afro. In 1983, Ross made it big when he began hosting The Joy of Painting on PBS, or that's what one would think. PBS actually stands for Public Broadcasting Service, which meant it was nonprofit, and Ross never received any compensation. Learning this information just blows my mind.
I did not know that.
Not at all. It was only towards the end of his life that he began making real money from the sale of training videos and his own brand of art supplies.
From training videos and art supplies, not even from the show.
Or his artwork.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
he got screwed over, man.
Yeah, he did. I wonder how much like a real Bob Ross painting goes for.
So that pan was several thousand, huh?
Did it say that?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't I don't remember. Woo! Bob Ross's paintings sell online between $8,000 and $10,000.
If I was rich, I'd buy one.
Huh?
If I was rich, I'd buy one. I'd buy a pan.
Yeah, I would definitely have a collection.
Mm-hmm.
I would totally do that.
It would be so cool.
Yeah.
People see you on television and think that you make the same amount of money as Clint Eastwood does, but this is PBS. All these shows are done for free. Did not know that.
I know. I had no idea. Wasn't like Reading Rainbow on PBS?
I don't even know what else was on PBS, but
let's see.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, Reading Rainbow was on PBS.
Wow.
In 2006. Maybe that's when it ended.
Oh, yeah.
That's so crazy. I wonder if by then, because he passed away in 90, what do we say, 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Being famous opened up more opportunities for him. However, so he did manage to get by. He also remained humble and dedicated an episode of the second season of The Joy of Painting to his mentor, Alexander, thanking him for the wet-on-wet painting technique. I would like to dedicate the show to my beloved friend and teacher, whom we've all watched and loved for many years on public television, Bill Alexander. But when Alexander saw Ross's success, he was furious. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
He told the New York Times in 91, I invented wet on wet. I trained him and he thinks he can do it better. I'm like, salty.
Very salty.
Jesus. I invented wet on wet. He never said he thinks he can do it better.
Right. He even
dedicated an episode.
Yeah, like
rude.
Mm-hmm.
But this style actually originated in the 15th century Flanders. So, yeah, he didn't invent it, sir. So nobody cared for his rants. Except nobody except Ross. Get him. Nobody cared about you, Alexander. Aw. He was deeply hurt by the fact that his mentor hated him. Aw. Bob.
Mm-hmm.
No, Bob.
I thought I had a picture of Alexander, but I don't have one.
For the rest of his life, he would never refer to Alexander by name again. What do you refer to him by?
I don't know.
Oh, asshole? Because that's what I would say. A little bitch.
Maybe he just says my mentor. I don't know.
Like that dude back in the day that taught me some stuff. That dude, that salty dude.
That salty dude.
Yes. Yeah. Not Bob.
He continued to paint for free and to make his viewers calm and happy. It was later found through scientific analysis that watching his show actually induced ASMR. And if you're not familiar with ASMR, autonomous sensory meridian response. This is an experience of low-grade euphoria, characterized by a combination of positive feelings and a distinct static-like tingling sensation on the skin.
Yes, I love ASMR.
Yes. I never knew that either. Like, of course, growing up and stuff, but my favorite part of watching him was like the paintbrush hitting the canvas.
Yeah.
And his little calming and soothing voice. Oh, let's just put a little happy little tree. There are no accidents. Or there are no mistakes, only happy little accidents.
You should like play it for Maddox one day, see, like when he's in bed or something, see.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea.
See what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
It's like the sound.
He'll probably tell me, oh, I want to watch this. I want to watch something else.
Like, just listen to it.
In other words, Bob Ross managed to evoke feelings in people similar to those you might get from spending time with a loved one or having sex.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
it's a little weird to say that too, because I was like a child and this is just like made me so happy.
Bob Ross getting all the feelings.
Evoking them all.
Evoking all the feelings.
Yeah. That's funny. That's just like, the ASMR. Some people.
Hey, it says spending time with a loved one.
Yeah. That happiness, that euphoria.
Yeah.
Yeah. That serotonin.
Yeah. That's what we all need.
Yes. He did that all with just his voice and the sound of his brushstrokes.
Mm-hmm.
He had that kind of energy about him. While his on-camera person is incredibly chill and relaxed, Bob Ross put a great deal of effort into achieving that air of calm. He would stay up late the nights before filming and talk through and rehearse what he wanted to say while painting, including the comments about mistakes being happy accidents, happy little trees, and so on.
Why is this so cute?
He would practice.
Something like I feel like we would do.
I just love him so much. He can do no wrong.
So cute.
He could never do any wrong.
Bob.
He was reportedly a meticulous planner and worked very hard to create his show. I'm like that. I'm a very meticulous planner. Like, I have to plan.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm kind of a little more relaxed about it than just practicing what I'm going to say on the podcast or something like that.
I know our very first episode, I'd practice on the way here.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, before, like, the day before. No, I don't. But
I think I just winged it. Like I do now. I'll just wing it. Like, I don't know what I'm
that
saying
one we were
today,
trying to, like, memorize stuff. And I'm like,
yeah,
never
sorry about that,
again.
guys. We just can't. We don't have. We have. She's 10-second Tom.
yes, okay.
And I'm
brain
51st
capacity.
Dates. I'm.
Yeah.
What's her name? Oh, what is her name?
Drew Barrymore. I don't remember her name on the show.
I can't, Lucy comes to mind, but I don't know.
Maybe?
Oh.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah. This brain
10-second Tom.
to do this, like, we do this. How many we record like a week? Maybe 1 to 3.
Yeah, anywhere from there.
And we gotta remember 1 to 3 stories
Per
like, every
week?
detail?
No, sir. That means we have to, like, some nights where we record 2. I think we've recorded 3 one time.
Yeah.
Like, we have to remember that story and, like, not mix up the details with
Right?
the
Yeah.
other story that we just finished or the one that we're about to
That
do.
still happens.
That's so true. We do.
It still happens.
We're trying here, y'all. We're trying to give you some good content, you know?
Just listen, okay?
Just listen.
So, wet on wet, he means with the liquid white, right, on the background?
Yeah, and, like, doing different, like, colors on top of each other to blend, to be able to blend them. So, like, if he's doing this shade of blue and he wants this shade of blue to go on top of it, it's wet on wet. Instead of waiting for this one to dry before you do another layer.
But isn't that like all painting?
No, not always. Like acrylics, there's sometimes where I'll wait for that to completely dry before I go and do like another layer of stuff. It depends on how you want it to blend, and with his oil paintings, he didn't. I don't know. I don't work with oil paintings that
Just
much.
like saying liquid white.
But I think you're right. Like you do the whitewash background or whatever it's called, liquid white.
Liquid white backwash.
I just think of Stewie.
I know, me
and,
too. Cool whip.
Brian from Family Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, it's like your paint's not dry before you layer it.
Because remember we tried to do that with acrylic and it just didn't work.
To layer it?
No, to do the backwash.
Because it
dries.
wasn't it an acrylic backwash that we used? Yeah, that was because it dried. Yeah, but I used a lot of water when I did mine. I would, that helped me. The wet on wet oil painting technique is incredibly quick to work with thanks to not having to wait for the rather long drying time of the oil paints. With a practiced hand, like in Ross's case, this meant painting could be churned out with incredible speed. Ross supposedly was able to film an entire season of The Joy of Painting in only 2 days.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That's a lot of painting in 2 days.
Yeah. With an average of 13 episodes per season, this means Ross was capable of recreating up to 7 oil paintings per workday, as well as remembering all of the commentaries he wanted to make for each painting.
You got a good brain.
For real.
7 oil paintings in a work day. So it's like 8 hours?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like almost 1 an hour?
Yeah, it's probably about 30 minutes for...
Jesus.
Yeah, because... Well, yeah.
Yeah, I guess the videos were like 30-ish minutes.
Yeah, and they were all
like continuous.
Yeah, they didn't cut them. So I'm sure he had to, it gave him time to set up, take that one down, get new brushes, get the colors ready that he wanted, and then get on to the next one.
I'd probably pump them out too. That's crazy.
I wish I had that many, I get artist block all the time and creative block. And so just being able to
just pump them out.
Yeah. What? Like he had a plan what he was going to paint for that day. Like he had to have some sort of vision.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Just such a creative, beautiful mind.
Mm-hmm.
I love Bob Ross.
Yes. Bob Ross made 3 versions of
You didn't know this?
What? No.
We'll tell the listeners so they can find out.
Bob Ross made 3 versions of every painting that appeared on The Joy of Painting.
Just a little picture for you of him on the set.
So adorable.
Mm-hmm.
3 of every painting.
Yep.
So it was like, when did he make these 3? In that 8-hour workday?
Well, read the next sentence.
A reference copy for him to work from during his live recreation, the on-air version itself, and the more detailed version that was intended to be used by his instructors in Bob Ross painting class.
So he would paint one before he'd even record as a reference. So he knew. That's how he knew what he was going to paint. And then, of course, the live version.
I wonder if he was fast.
I know, because he's done it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, he did it once, and then that's still fast
Mm-hmm.
after only painting it once. And then the one on air, and then the third one, he probably spent more time on the third one since it's more detailed to give to his painting class.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I don't know which one would be worth more. I mean, like the one that's live, because that or the more detailed one or the original.
Man. I bet he was like, that was when he was like talking to himself like that. Whenever he was doing his reference copy.
Like, yeah. Practicing his commentaries. Yeah. I bet so. Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I know I'm going to say this when I get to this tree.
Yeah. There's no accidents.
There's no mistakes.
Oh, yeah, mistakes.
Only happy little accidents.
Given that he filmed over 400 episodes, that's well over 1,000 paintings alone, not counting ones from his youth, personal pieces, and so on. Over 1,000. I want one.
Well, it said 30,000 in his lifetime.
30,000?
I'm pretty sure. No, I'm back and look. Pretty sure it said 30,000. Yeah. Produced over 30,000.
Goodness gracious. I can use one.
Just one.
Just one.
Sorry. That's crazy because, like, if. Oh, wait. I guess I could do that math.
What?
That's what. No, I'm not going to do that math. I don't want to do it on there. If they sell for 8,000 to 10,000, let's just say 9,000 times 30,000 paintings, that's a net worth of $270 million. Today's money. That's a lot of money.
That'd be nice.
I'm going to own all of his paintings one day.
I swear.
Just sit on them. Let him invest in them and let him rack up some more money.
Man.
And never sell them and just have all that money.
Oh my God, no. Ross left this world on July 4th, 1995, on Independence Day. After over 11 years of hosting The Joy of Painting, sadly, almost all of his works of art were kept by Annette Kowalski as a director of Bob Ross, Inc. Oh, what a stingy hoe.
Yeah.
His son, Stephen Ross, had also made a career as a painter, but he wasn't allowed to practice a style of wet on television for fear of getting sued. What?
That's his son.
That's his son on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
You should get the fro.
Huh?
You should get the fro.
He should?
Yeah.
Yeah, get a perm.
Yes.
He's got that mullet going. I guess I can't zoom in.
Man, that kind of sucks that he can't. I mean, it's not like he invented that style either. They said 15th century or whatever. Dumb.
Yeah, but I guess.
That's his dad.
Yeah, but that Alexander guy, you know, like.
Or then he should have sued Bob. Right on the set.
Well, I guess, yeah, because of that. I think it might be that Annette girl.
She's the director.
But she owns all of the Bob Ross Inc. stuff.
Ooh,
so
she a really hoe.
I don't know. It's just dumb.
Mm-hmm. So basically, after Bob Ross died, his company went after his family. Wow.
Sad.
His own company, Annette. You a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, I should have brought my chia pet in here. I should have grew its hair out again. Dang, I didn't even think about it. Dang.
Did it die?
You can I have a lot of, but you can keep growing them.
Oh.
But it just got so long, and I didn't feel like keeping up with cleaning it. You have to clean the water and stuff. But no, it didn't die. They also profited by selling the rights to use Ross's image in the manufacturing of numerous goods, such as bobbleheads, Chia Pets, I got one, waffle makers, I need one, underwear emblazoned with his shining face, even energy drinks packed with the joy and positivity of Bob Ross. It was all pretty shameless. Nevertheless, Stephen Ross eventually won a lawsuit permitting him to continue teaching others the style of painting his father loved so much.
Aww. Good.
And Ross's image was not too tarnished by his company. He is still being watched by many around the world today, and the BBC even aired his episodes again during the pandemic. The people's love for him has not changed. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy. Some people, never heard of Bob Ross until these later years, especially all these, Gen Zs and stuff for millennials.
I bet he got a lot of hits, during the pandemic since everybody was stuck at home.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. I think that's whenever what I've read is some people, after the pandemic found out about him.
Yeah.
What? In fact, the Happy Little Trees late artist Bob Ross, who taught millions to paint, has become real-life trees grown by Michigan inmates thanks to a unique partnership between the Department of Natural Resources and state corrections facilities. Since 2004, more than 100,000 native plants, shrubs, and trees have been planted as part of the Michigan DNR and State Department of Corrections program. Inmates raise the trees, learning horticultural skills until they are about 5 feet tall, and then volunteers go back and collect the trees, planting them in Michigan state parks. It'll make sense in a second.
Okay, I was like, what?
It'll make sense.
When the Parks and Recreation team talked about a good way to spread the word about the program, Michelle O'Kelly, with DNR Fund and Resource Development, thought of the artist and TV host Ross. Thinking of this tree that's living in a correctional facility and now gets to leave and go live in a beautiful park. And so the tree is happy, O'Kelly remembers. What is she talking about?
But these inmates would raise trees until they're about 5 feet tall in the corrections facility. And then the trees would be relocated to a park. Oh. So they're out of jail now and they're free.
Oh, until the tree is happy.
So it's thinking about these trees they're growing and then they become happy little trees.
Aww.
Yeah. So that's why she's remembering. She's remembering this. You'll see.
Okay. After reaching out to Bob Ross Inc. to ask if Parks and Recreation could incorporate Ross's saying of happy little trees and use his likeness, O'Kelly received a green light and the program was rebranded Happy Little Trees. Oh. Mm-hmm. They, of course, said, yes, we would love to do that. Bob would love this, O'Kelly said, adding it's been a great partnership. Oh, happy little trees.
Yeah.
Aw.
That's recent because pandemic, they're wearing masks.
Oh.
So.
Okay, so they're doing it in the park.
Yeah, that should be the.
Yeah, because they said 5 feet tall, right? It's about 5 feet.
Yeah, given what's in the ground.
Mm. In 2019, when some federal funding was about to expire, the team again turned to Ross for inspiration, and the Happy Little 5K was born. Oh. Happy little 5K.
This whole part right here, this whole thing makes my heart so happy.
I know. They let us use his likeness out of the kindness of their heart, O'Kelly said of the Kowalski family and Bob Ross Inc. O'Kelly said that they expected maybe 1,000 people might sign up to run at a state park for the 5K, but when the DNR set up an email for people to find out when registration opened, more than 20,000 people signed up.
Crazy.
I'm glad people like Bob.
Mm-hmm. It makes me really happy, but it also saddens me a lot because it's not Bob Ross's family that's running Bob Ross Incorporated. It's that's the part. It makes me happy, but I would be so much happier if it was actually his son.
Yeah, I feel like Bob would be happier about that too.
Yeah, I think so.
But I'm glad they're doing great things in his name.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the part I think
Yeah.
that makes me happy is that he's such an icon, for this positivity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was pretty quickly that people are reaching out saying, we live in another state, we live in another country, we'd like to participate. We support the program and we love Bob Ross, O'Kelly remembers. That's when we decided to have this whole thing go virtually. Runners and walkers can compete the 3.1 miles anywhere between April 22nd, which was Earth Day, and April 29th, which is Arbor Day. For the first year of the event, more than 19,000 people participated worldwide and in all 50 states.
Aww.
So people all over the world and the entire U.S. People
Wow.
in the entire U.S. In the 3 years since the 5K started, O'Kelly estimates the run has raised a little less than $1 million.
Nice.
The registration costs $34, and some of that pays for shipping along with the specialty Bob Ross medals and t-shirts.
We should sign up.
I know. Yeah.
When's the next one?
For real. Well, in April next year.
Oh, April.
Yeah. I assume.
Dang, we just missed it.
I know. I want to say that even when I looked this up, we had just missed it.
No.
Like, just missed it. I want to say.
Y'all remind us
Or it
in a
was
year.
coming up that weekend whenever I did the research. Something like that. But what remains helps more trees be planted and pays for the equipment needed to mitigate invasive species and move trees. Pre-COVID, O'Kelly estimates volunteers plant around 1,000 trees a year. The program works with AmeriCorps and other volunteer groups to move the trees to their final homes. We definitely have this long list of people that are willing and ready to start planting trees for us if and when we're ready, O'Kelly said.
So we have one last little quote from Bob. Take it away, Bob.
Let's build a happy little cloud. Let's build some happy little trees. Yes, Bob. Let's do it. Well, that is the story of Bob Ross.
Mm-hmm. That was a good story. Well,
Yeah,
for the most part.
for the most
The
part.
end was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of sad too, but
Yeah. Overall, it's just,
It's
Bob
good
Ross
times.
is an icon.
Mhm.
And if you've never heard of him, well, now you have. And
yeah, go do some of his paintings. They're fun
Yeah.
to recreate, especially when you
Yeah.
get like a little party together. It's
Yeah.
fun.
yeah, even if you're not a painter,
Yeah, just get some alcohol and have fun, man. You don't got to be serious.
for real. Everybody goes to those.
Like painting with a twist or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
The painting with the twist, where you sip some wine and paint
Yeah.
while the person instructs. Well, get you some wine at home and put YouTube and go to YouTube and put some Bob Ross
It's
on.
for free.
It's for free.
It's for free.
The wine's not, but
Yeah, that one's not, but
and
it's
you
cheaper.
can choose your own beverage. Like if you want to make a mixed
Right?
drink,
If you don't
make
like
a mixed
wine.
drink.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have a beer, have a beer.
It's fun though. It's nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad they have it all on YouTube so that we can watch. So our question of the day is: if you could be any animal, what would you be?
It's a no-brainer for me.
What is it?
A leopard,
A leopard.
my favorite animal.
Because it's your favorite animal.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they're very what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Majestic.
Okay.
Very graceful. I believe they're
Yes.
very graceful creatures.
Mm-hmm.
They're fast. Of course, not as fast as a cheetah, but they're very fast. And I'm not fast, but I mean, come on. They like to climb trees.
They're
I like to
beautiful.
climb trees. I just think they're very beautiful creatures and very intelligent and just very majestic.
Yeah.
And that's how I want to be. I want to be majestic.
That'd be cool.
Or a fox. I could deal with being a fox.
Okay.
Same reasons.
Yeah. So, Bob, what would you be?
Oh. I'd probably just want to be a happy little tree.
Just an animal.
Well, I have a love for.
You'd be an alligator.
I have a love for all kinds.
Oh no, it does not sound like that.
I have a love for all kinds of animals. I believe he had like a squirrel in his pocket a lot, so maybe a squirrel.
He'd probably be a squirrel. A
Yeah.
little baby squirrel. Oh, just in a little pocket. I
Yeah.
want to be a pocket squirrel.
A pocket squirrel.
That'd be cute.
Yeah.
No, what would I be?
Yeah, what would you be?
I don't know. What would I be? Like, what do I relate to? I don't know. A Luna moth?
A ram?
A ram. True.
Yeah, with your Luna moth sightings, definitely.
Swear.
But that's not an animal. That's an insect.
True, they only live 7 days, so. They only live to mate, and then they die.
Maybe that is you. But they mate and reproduce, right?
Yeah.
It's not you.
Yeah, that's true. But they die, so weird is right.
Yeah.
Reproduce and die.
Mm.
I don't know, like, I would say something like lame, like a dog, but then I don't want, like, thermometers up my butt, so.
I didn't think of that. I mean, like, you know, thermometers go up babies' butts, too.
Not mine.
You're not a baby. It did when you were a baby.
I don't remember.
Dogs forget about it pretty quickly.
You think that.
I'm trying
Traumatized.
to think.
Trauma.
What would I pick for you? I think we did that before in our Meet Your Host episode. We picked what.
Oh, yeah, you would be a bear, but.
Yeah, that's what you said. I feel like I said like an owl or something because
You
you're a
did say
night
an
owl.
Yeah. No,
I don't know.
probably fitting.
I don't know.
Maybe a sloth or something.
Nah, I don't think you'd be a sloth.
I
Nah.
don't know.
I could see you being a fox.
Fox would be fun.
Mysterious and sly, and the sly part especially.
I'm not sly. Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah. That's good.
Is there like a quiz we can do? What's my spirit animal?
Spirit animal, probably.
I don't know what else. What's
We should
my
both take the quiz.
Yeah.
Okay, we did our test finally.
Yeah, we're back with the results.
Yeah, we finally got one that wasn't the same.
Yeah, we did like what 3 or 4 tests now,
Yes.
and all 3 of the first ones were the same.
Mhm.
Or I guess 2. It was 2 others. We got a
Oh, yeah.
butterfly,
Oh, butterfly and then a parrot.
a parrot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this time I'm a shark.
Did you click read more?
Nah.
Click read more.
What's yours?
Read yours and then I'll read
Okay.
mine.
What am I? Okay,
Dang,
let's see.
you got a lot. Oh, mine has a lot too. It's just got an ad. Just read like the key characteristics right here.
Key characteristics. This is they're observant, curious, inquisitive. They're able to look closely and find someone's weak points to attack them.
Dang, Val.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Hitting those triggers.
If I needed to, I have them ready, baby.
Mhm.
They're not burdened by conditionalities. I guess that's what that says. And they're used to going straight towards their desired goal. Their self-acceptance, awareness of their strengths, and their skillful use, as well as allowing themselves little weakness, is what makes them powerful. Sharks will never tolerate arrogance and rudeness, but they will make everybody respect them. Sharks put their own interests first. Such people can be simply unpredictable.
Sounds about right. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I got a narwhal,
The narwhal.
the unicorn of the sea.
Aw.
After reading this, I was like, actually, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So they're distinguished by a high level of emotionality and empathy,
Okay, yeah.
feeling and capturing the feelings of each person nearby.
Yeah.
100%
Yeah,
me.
that's you.
Thanks to this, they know how to help those in need. They fight for justice and peace.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yes.
Does not expect gratitude for their work. Their help is not for show. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ready to help everyone and always not seeing it as a feat.
But yours says emotionally. What did it say about emotion?
High level of emotionality and empathy.
And mine says not emotionally devoid. They'd rather rule their emotions.
Yeah. Yeah, this is probably the most accurate.
Yeah.
They're sociable and open, real extroverts. I don't know about all that.
You can be.
I can be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They do value friendship, and loneliness oppresses and suppresses them.
Aw.
That's very true.
Yeah.
It's often not attached to the habitat. What matters most for them is their soulmate.
Aw.
A quiet haven with his family is not fate. They choose a companion for themselves who will share their support and views and deeds.
Yours are all sweet. Mine's all like mean.
Yeah. Their motivations to help others. Material assets are not on the essentials list, huh?
What is it?
Material assets, not on the essentials list.
Yeah.
They often suffer from a lack of these very material benefits and they're very vulnerable, very vulnerable and need attention. Yep.
Yeah, yours is very accurate.
Very.
Mine's all mean. I'm not sure.
No. It's very accurate, though.
Well, it says they can also masterfully manipulate others.
Unintentionally.
Face.
No,
Wink,
just
wink.
kidding. I don't think you're like that. That's not you.
No, maybe on the nice parts.
Yeah.
Fish are friends, not food.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Yeah. So that was really fun.
Yeah.
What animal do you think that you would be?
Maybe we can leave the link in the description or something.
Yeah, let's.
We'll leave the link, and then you guys take the test and tell us what you get.
Yeah, let us know what you get. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you enjoyed my impersonation of Bob Ross and my take on him. I really wanted to do some like liquid latex and put some actual hair on my face to look like I have a beard, but that didn't happen. Not a huge fan of liquid latex, but you know, it worked.
Yeah, thanks for visiting us, Bob. It's great to have you here.
It's always nice to be here and spread the joy of painting.
Thanks for being our first guest.
Oh, you're very welcome.
You're very welcome.
My pleasure. You know, my happy little trees.
Say welcome.
Welcome.
Very welcome.
You're very welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
Thanks, Bob. You can reach us on our Facebook, our YouTube, and email everywhere.
Everywhere.
The Radium Girls podcast.
Yeah.
The Radium Girls podcast, and like and subscribe and tell your friends and parents and everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And thanks for watching. And as always,
Stay curious.